Yeah.
But this is gonna be pretty much a therapy session for me, because some of you guys know I'm a United fan, and
Are you?
yeah,
Didn't know
you
that.
wouldn't think, would you?
Didn't know.
But mate, last night I'm finding everything that happened last night, the last 24 hours today, I'm finding so hard to unpack. So, which is why I've brought on another 3 football fans just to help me do this, because I'm going through it today, guys. I'm going through it.
I feel like if you'd ask the average football fan and you ask them about Bruno, they would say he's talented, but they'd also be like, oh yeah, but he moans a lot and he's always complaining with the ref. I think that also is probably why he doesn't get the respect he deserves, because he's not seen as like, the personality is not there really, to most people anyways.
Yeah, but I'd also say, if we look at United in the last few years, he's the only player you can say we've relied on at all.
Yeah, of course.
He's the only good player. Look, yesterday, the free kick he scored was very, very good.
You guys just went band for band. He saw Bournemouth's free kick and he said, I'm doing one better. That's literally what I'm saying.
That was such a beautiful free kick.
When they I don't know, was it Senesi that did that little tackle, right? When I said that, me and my dad said that, I said, he's going to score that. That's Bruno Fernandes territory. You never give away a foul there.
You know what I found so funny as well? The commentator literally went, oh, you know, Bruno would have been looking at that goalkeeper's top left, which is where it went. And he went, oh, but the keeper's just stepped over, so that side is now covered. And I was sitting there going,
and it was great because it hit the crossbar and in.
Mate, it was such.
It was a great free kick.
It was such a good free kick.
Can we talk about this Bournemouth game? Because I watched it yesterday and I was just.
Oh, it's fantastic. Loved it.
We were so dominant in the first half, and then in the second half we just crumbled. We had it against Forest. But 6 minutes in, we concede 2 goals. And I don't know what happens in the defense. I think they lose focus. I don't know what it is, but we struggle so much when it comes to it.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, okay. If I was to give you the 4 defenders, and I was to give you Diogo Dalot, Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, and Luke Shaw,
please don't do
where
that.
do you? No. As in, where do you put them in the
bums.
defense? No. Okay. If you have Diogo Dalot, Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, and Luke Shaw in a back 4, who's playing where for you?
Well, Yoro and it was Heaven and Yoro centre backs, and the other 2 full backs really.
Yeah.
And then should I tell you who played where? Lenny Yoro was at right back.
Yeah.
Aiden Heaven was at centre back. Luke Shaw was at centre back, and Diogo Dalot was at left back.
Lol.
It was a really, really bizarre game.
But
because
then,
Was that
you
after
say,
the
though,
substitutions though?
no, that was the starting
Luke
11.
Shaw
Starting
has
11.
played centre back for you
Yeah.
this season, so it's not like. And Dalot has. Did you say Dalot played left back? Dalot has played on that side for you a couple of times, so it's not like not like they've just been thrown in the deep end. They've never played that.
So the point that I want to make, and what I want to allude to with what you were talking about in terms of the defensive lapses last night, is the way I see it. And I've been so damn critical of anyone who follows me on Twitter or watches here will know how critical I've been of Amorim over the last 2 or 3 months, right? In terms of the changes he is making or not making, and how he decides to be so damn stubborn at times. But this game, I understood what he was doing, because what he basically was, because there were all the rumours about United playing, like they're setting up in a 4-3-3 before the game, etc., all of that. And what it was, and Amorim before the game was like, you'll see, but there is no real changes. And he was kind of right and wrong, because there were changes in the in possession. Ahmad was so much higher than he normally is, and didn't have to track back as much. And Bumo stayed more in, and Lenny Yoro came out to right back.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is that we conceded 4 goals because Bournemouth kept splitting us down the middle. But I think more than anything, that wasn't a structural issue. That was a personnel issue. So Semenyo's goal, which was their first goal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Aiden Heaven, admittedly, I know he's 19.
Should have come over.
He didn't come over, right? Second goal as well. Aiden Heaven didn't put a tackle in. I'm not trying to put it all on Aiden Heaven, but the thing that I think is, if we keep doing this, if we keep playing in this sort of way, but the people that come back are Mazraoui playing at that right back / centre back role.
But he's going to AFCON now.
I know he's gone to AFCON, but I'm talking about if Amorim were to persist with this, and it was Mazraoui, Yoro, Matthias, so Yoro on the left of the 2, Matthias De Ligt, and then maybe Luke Shaw out there or Diogo Dalot out there.
But I don't
that
think
would be a
much.
How much more persistent are you guys going to accept? Like, this is what I don't understand about your fan base. Of just this whole Amorim thing. I don't get it. What more is there to see?
No, I've been saying for ages.
I see someone
make
who's
it.
inflexible,
I agree.
who doesn't want to change. That maybe when he does change, it's very, very small amounts. He's shown already, this is what I'm doing, that's it. Like, I just think, what more is there to persist with, to see, to decide that this is the guy or it's not the guy? He either is or he isn't. And I just feel like, I look at him, me and Ben can say, because we're Arsenal fans, we've been through this patch that you guys have had, right? And I can say, when Mikel Arteta first joined, it wasn't all glamorous, but he changed straight away. So one of the first things he did, we played a back five. That's how he won the FA Cup. He looked at it and said, yeah, Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, they're not good enough to play in a back four or playing this, have inverted fullbacks. We're not good enough for that. We've got to go back five. And that's how he was able to buy time. I look at Ruben Amorim just like, you're playing players out of position, not a single player underneath you. The only player I can say that might be getting better for you is Mason Mount.
Yeah, the way I see
No
it
one's
is
growing, no one's
he's
adapting.
made. Yeah,
It's
he's
just-
made. Amorim's made no changes, or no significant
rubbish.
changes to his structure, the instructions. We had the long ball thing for a bit, which kind of worked.
Yeah.
But we're still playing through at the back. Last night was the biggest change I've ever seen him make at United since since the 1-1 draw against. It's alarming, but it's also, and I'm not here. I'm kind of just playing devil's advocate here, but also it was the best first half I've seen us play under Ruben Amorim.
And
We
it's
lost
sad,
it in the second half. Yeah,
And
we
it's
lost
sad
it.
that
I
you
agree.
say that because it's taken him over a year
I
to
no,
decide
I
that.
completely agree.
You've almost wasted a year, especially in your first year when you had an opportunity to go win something massive in the Europa League. Why is it taking him like all of that embarrassment to finish 15th, to be getting slapped every week, winning one flipping game a month to decide, yeah, actually, I'm going to make this little change. I'm going to put Ahmed a bit higher. I'm going to maybe play this person here and that. It's just...
The stance I've had on Amorim since, I don't know if you agree with this or not, Josh, but the stance I've had with Amorim for so long is I don't necessarily think he would be the wrong manager for Manchester United one day,
Yeah, no, I
but
agree
it's
with
not
you.
right now.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's in 10 years' time. It's in,
No, I actually
it's in
agree. You
2035
guys-
when he's 50 and he's been through doing this in La Liga and he's done it. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's had his stint at Bayern Munich that
No, I
young
actually
managers
agree.
seem to have. Then maybe that's where he starts to trust youth players a bit more,
Yeah.
and he starts to separate himself from youth players and kind of, because that's the one thing I've got such a gripe with him, as you know.
Yeah,
banging
yeah.
on that, the lack of youth.
He
I think
hates
is
your
okay, not
academy.
youth. I know he's playing Heaven and Euro last night, specifically Carrington Academy graduates.
Yeah.
I know I'm biased towards
got
them. I
beef.
accept that. That is for me the lifeblood of United. What I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't care if maybe someone else is a slightly better player. Give these people 10 minutes here and there. Give these people things like the Kobe Mainu stuff. We can get on the Mainu stuff in a minute, by the
Yeah,
way.
I
that's
also
it.
think
we're getting that in a
what
minute.
we saw yesterday is we saw a very big problem in defence and how strong De Ligt has been for us this season when he has been playing. To not have him there, I'm hoping Martinez steps in that role, hopefully next match day, because I think he's actually looking much more fit. But I also don't think we'll move Luke Shaw on to left wing back, because I don't think he's got the legs. I think he'll get injured if we play him there once.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, I
You
think.
reckon?
I honestly think if we play him there 60 minutes, he's going to be out for the season.
But okay, at the beginning of the season, just wanted to ask you this then.
Sounds like Tommy
At the
Wiseau.
beginning of the season, if I said to you, Luke Shaw's going to start 13 of our first 13 Premier League games, would you have gone, no, he's not?
Most probably, yeah. But I don't think he has to run as much being at left centre back. He occasionally goes forward, but really rarely. And I don't see him running that much, and he gets past a lot. Unfortunately, like I think he's been okay, but nothing special.
But then in the game yesterday, Diogo Dalot wasn't getting forwards all the time. He really wasn't. He wasn't putting any more work in that a normal left back would
Yeah.
put in, I don't think.
But then could you argue that Semenyo was playing on the right? So
Yeah.
is it really right to look at that and say, I know Semenyo's until yesterday hadn't scored, but we know how dangerous he is. You can't just leave a player like that alone for large amounts of the game just to try and push up. That's where, you have to say to your midfield maybe that they have to pick up slack a bit more. Like, I remember when we played Liverpool last season at the Emirates, like Timber for us, he always gets up the pitch, but when we played against Mo Salah, he was like, I'm not leaving him. Like, I have to stay with him because he's that dangerous. And Semenyo is kind of like that this season. He's played really well. So for Dalot, it's kind of like, if I let this guy go for one moment, we saw in the game, he gets his one chance and he scores it. He was great. So I cannot like emphasize why he, had to kind of hang back a bit.
No, I kind of get that, and I did just say Shaw is one of the things, but I like what you touched on with De Ligt and everything. We've been missing, at least we missed in that game in terms of starters. Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez was on the bench, and we missed Maz. I would say they are some of our best defenders,
100%.
our best centre backs.
Yeah.
And what I saw from Amorim last night, in isolation, it was actually something I think that can get a lot better when those guys are there.
Yeah.
But what I'm worried about is that this is just an AFCON thing, and as soon as those guys come back, like Mazwari in that Euro hybrid centre-back, right-back role, perfect for him. Absolutely perfect for Nusayr Mazwari. But and then if they come back, and let me go back to this three at the back with the wing backs and everything, and the two midfielders and stuff.
Yeah.
Because even last night's formation, like Kobe Mainu came on. It was
I
his
thought it
best
was
game I've seen.
excellent.
He looked
He
really
was
good.
Absolutely
He looked
excellent.
really good. He was
Bournemouth
popping the
for the
ball around.
first 15 minutes that second half when they scored those two
Yeah.
goals were completely all over us.
They
were
showed
all
they
over
had the
Casemiro,
energy, the legs.
everything.
Yeah. They did.
And I know it can't. And then as soon as Mainu came on, we were back on top with like this.
Yeah.
I know it's also simultaneously they were 4-2. They were 3-2 up.
Yeah.
So I get that they would have sat back more. But the way Kobbie Mainu was able to just dance round players, play
Yeah, he
some
was
quick
really
1-2s to
good.
get out the pitch. It's the kind of thing that we've been missing so much.
Yeah.
Because you say, Mainu's competing with Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno from deep. Bruno progresses by passing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if Bruno Fernandes is passing up the field, Bruno's not then at the other end
Yeah,
to
exactly.
collect the ball to actually do what he's been doing recently, scoring free kicks, assisting. He's got he's top assister in the league. Bruno is
Yeah.
7 assists. No one else has got 7 assists. He's got I want to say 3 assists and 2 goals in his last 4 games.
Yeah.
He's doing absolute madness at the moment. And I feel that Mainu is someone who progresses the ball by running up the pitch and actually
Dribbling
interplaying.
He's
up
a
the
bit
pitch.
like Declan Rice in the sense
Yeah.
that he's a workhorse in terms of he goes on his really powerful runs and just it's almost when you see Declan Rice running with
Yeah.
the ball, no one's really getting that off him. And Kobbie Mainu is very similar to that, where he's such a great ball carrier. He's got the legs, he's got the energy.
What I also did see yesterday is I don't think, because both of them want to go forward too much, Bruno and Kobbie, it gives a bit of a weakness. Yes, Casemiro doesn't have the legs, but at least he sits deep a lot more. I think that's the issue. I'd love at AFCON if we can see Bruno go into the 10, where I think is his best position, and then get
Yeah, but
Mainu to start with Casemiro.
we were basically playing a 4-2-4 with Cunha dropping
Yeah.
dropping deeper, and a back 4 gives you a midfield 3. Kobbie Mainu and Bruno doesn't work as a midfield 2,
yeah.
because in the Premier League basically nothing works as a midfield 2
it doesn't.
because it's impossible to play a midfield 2 in the Premier League.
Yeah.
If you're playing 4 at the back and you allow Cunha to drop deep and that keeps Mbumo, Ahmad, Sheshko, Bruno, whoever further up, you then basically have a de facto midfield 3,
Yeah.
which then solves so many of the issues, which is why I like so many of the changes that Amorim made setup-wise yesterday. But the thing is as going back to what I said before, I just feel like Amorim won't make it here. That's how I felt the entire time. It's
Who
not that
has
he
made
can't
it
one
here
day.
at Man United since Ferguson? That's
one.
the thing. You've had so many
But that
winners. Everyone seems to fail at Man United. You could
But
put
You say that, and look, honestly, I'm not the biggest Ten Hag lover at United, but he still won 2 trophies. And if we're looking at a lot of other clubs, they'd be quite happy with 2 trophies.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Half 3 of our managers, Mourinho, Solskjaer, and Erik Ten Hag, all found success. You got to remember they all found success at United.
What I would actually
just not
say
sustainable
as well is that looking at your past managers, they actually got the best out of a lot of players. Like Ten Hag, he got the best out of Garnacho. He did really well with Rashford. We need to think about
And
that
Kobbie.
Rashford season. And
Yeah,
then he
Kobbie
brought-
Mainu as
And then he
well.
brought through Kobbie Mainu. That's my gripe with Amorim is I look at him and I'm as bad as I hated Ten Hag was dead. I loved when he was with you lot. He was dead.
Yeah, second and third
You guys,
season is terrible.
you guys are getting cooked
Terrible.
every week. It was great. But I looked at him and I'm looking at Amorim you know what? Ten Hag was dead, but at least he left with some type of oh yeah, Rashford was good. He brought us Kobbie. Garnacho was good. Do you know what I mean?
he left us with an 18
yeah,
million
he
pound
left,
midfielder.
He left
and
you. Yeah, he left you with a bit of something, and he left you with 2 trophies. Great, right? I'm looking at Amorim what are you leaving? You've taken Kobbie Mainu backwards. You're putting Bruno out of position. Lenny Yoro, who at the time was one of the most touted young defenders, people have got question marks about him. Do you know what I mean? I'm just looking at him you're not integrating any youth players. What is it about you?
Amorim plays the players that best fit his system rather than playing the system that best fits
You've
his
got
players.
Ahmad, who's a really good technical winger at right wing back, and I'm just why? Why?
Well, this is why I'm saying
That's
that I
such an
think last
issue.
night, if Amorim is staying, which he clearly is,
Yeah,
right?
he is.
The only way Amorim goes is if we don't get European football at the end of the season. Ruben
100%.
Amorim will be here on at least match day
Champions
36.
or just any European football.
The goal I think is
Just
so United have put the goal as top 6,
Okay, that's fine.
which was basically any
And I
European
think you
football.
can get
But I personally wouldn't take conference.
No.
If we were to
Why?
get Conference League, I wouldn't want. I'd
No.
be I wouldn't see that as enough progress to warrant Amorim staying.
progress from
Europa
15th.
League, huh?
It's progress from 50.
Yeah, everything is. Right now, it's progress from 15th, and I'm still not happy. But it's
Yeah.
just last night was the first time I've seen Amorim do something which actually benefits a load of his players. And also I tweeted this. It's the first time we've had 5 attackers on the pitch, and actually look like we've had 5 attackers on the pitch. We never, like, most games we've got 5 attackers on the pitch. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
Normally it looks like 2 or 3.
He does this thing where, like, he will bring off a defender for a defender, and I'm just like, actually, you need to go and win the game, or you need to go and secure the 3 points, and you're bringing off, I don't know, Dorgu for Dallo, for example. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's the same as, at least Ten Hag gave a chance to the young players. Like, Shea Lacey's been on the bench a few times now, and Amorim's gone, I'm going to give him a chance. He just lies.
Yeah,
he doesn't bring him on. We need an attacker to win a game, and what is he doing? Bring on 2 centre-backs. It doesn't help, or
we need an attacker to win a game. There was an attacker on the bench, and then Ruben Amorim and the post press conference went, there wasn't an attacker on my bench.